Level 1. Coalition Recruit. You are 19 when your first GOC exercise begins with an instructor saying one of the 6 people in the room is no longer human. The doors lock. Red lights replace the normal ceiling lamps. 5 recruits stand around you. 1 checks the exit. Another recites a protective prayer. A screen activates above the door. Survival, concealment, protection, destruction, education. The Fivefold Mission. Your instructor speaks through the ceiling. Identify the threat. 60 seconds. Thermal readings appear on the wall. 5 bodies show normal temperature. The 6th is colder. The recruit beside the exit. Everyone moves away from him. I am human, he says. The timer reaches 40 seconds. You inspect the room instead of the suspect. Cold air leaks beneath the emergency door. He is standing closest to it. His reading proves nothing. Across the room, the prayer repeats every 13 seconds, with exactly the same pause. You interrupt the recruit speaking it. Her lips stop. The prayer continues from inside her jacket. You remove a small black object fixed beneath the fabric. It repeats the last accusation spoken in the room. He is colder. He is colder. The words become more convincing each time. You place the object inside the containment box. The timer stops. The instructor enters. The object was the threat. Fear was the delivery system. You expected the coalition to teach you to destroy first. Instead, the instructor points to the mission on the wall. Destruction is 4th. If you attack before assessment, you become part of the threat. That night, your class receives a real deployment. A subway station has been closed after 12 passengers forgot how to leave. Every witness reports a child standing beneath a clock that runs backward. The last train arrives in 9 minutes. Your team must determine whether the child is a para-threat before civilians enter the station. The instructor gives you a field badge. Coalition Recruit. Then he assigns you a partner. The same recruit everyone nearly attacked in the exercise. He checks the time. Golden rule. You remember the first line in the physics field manual. Never work alone. The station lights fail below you. Somewhere in the darkness, a child begins calling for help. Level 2. Assessment Team. Operative. You are 23 when 12 civilians enter a subway station and forget the meaning of the word exit. Your assessment team arrives in ordinary clothing. To the public, the station is closed because of an electrical fault. Your real task is to identify the para-threat without exposing the paranormal. The child stands at the far end of the platform, beneath a clock moving backward. Passengers repeat one sequence. Check a phone. Look at the clock. Stand. Forget. Sit again. Your partner raises a sensor. No stable distortion around the child. You look through the device. The clock hands are moving normally. Only your eyes see them reversing. The effect is perceptual. A passenger approaches you. Do you know when the next train arrives? Before you answer, he forgets asking. Your team has 7 minutes before the public schedule brings another train into the station. You examine camera footage. The child entered alone 40 minutes earlier. He never looked at the clock. Every affected passenger did. The child is not creating the loop. He is avoiding it. You move closer. Why are you standing there? He points toward the tunnel. Because it cannot see me under the clock. The speakers announce an arriving train, though the rails remain empty. Every passenger stands and walks toward the platform edge. The voice is using routine to guide them into the tunnel. Your partner begins moving too. You grab his coat. He looks at you without recognition. What station is this? You repeat the golden rule. Never work alone. Recognition returns for 1 second. He closes his eyes. You order every clock covered and every speaker silenced, but the announcement continues through personal devices. The para-threat is not a child or a machine. It is a pattern, moving through scheduled information. You break the pattern. No countdowns, no repeated commands. Each operative gives passengers different instructions in different words. Sit. Turn around. Cover your ears. Follow my hand. The synchronized movement collapses. Your partner pulls the nearest civilian away from the tunnel. The child finally leaves the clock. His paper timetable is covered in handwritten corrections. He has resisted the pattern alone for 3 days. The final train is diverted. No civilians die. No public footage survives. Your report classifies the child as a witness, not a threat. The instructor reads the decision twice. Assessment exists so strike teams do not arrive with the wrong target. Your badge updates. Assessment. Team operative. Before you leave, your partner places the child's altered timetable on your desk. One station name has appeared that does not exist on any city map. A train is scheduled to arrive there tomorrow at 2:10. Your team is ordered to be on it. Level 3, Senior Assessment Operative. You are 28 when a train carrying no passengers arrives at a station that does not exist. Your assessment team boards before the doors close. The windows show tunnels your city never built. Your map displays no location. Your partner sits opposite you, watching the reflections rather than the carriage. Since the subway case, neither of you trusts synchronized information. At 2:10, the train stops beneath a town hidden underground. Hundreds live there. Markets fill the platform. Children carry lanterns that whisper weather reports. The Coalition database identifies the settlement as a possible threat community. Your orders are to determine whether physics should monitor, evacuate, or eliminate it. A strike team waits 2 stations away. They deploy the moment you transmit the wrong code. The settlement's representative meets you. We know what the Coalition calls places like ours. What should we call it? Home. You begin assessment. Population, abilities, contacts, defenses, civilian risk. Everything appears stable until 3 residents collapse at the same time. Black symbols spread beneath their skin. The representative closes the market. Your partner scans the victims. Same signature as the train pattern. The information para-threat from the subway has reached the settlement. Only now it is stronger. It has learned names. The station speakers begin announcing residents one by one. Each person whose name is spoken walks toward a sealed tunnel. The representative blocks your path. You brought this here. The accusation may be true. Your presence connected the public transit network to the hidden line. The Coalition strike code flashes. Threat confirmed. Authorized deployment. A strike team might destroy the source. It might also classify the entire community as hostile. You have 90 seconds. You refuse deployment and order your team to isolate the pattern manually. Your partner looks at the growing crowd. 4 people cannot secure a town. Then we stop treating the town as the problem. You give the representative access to your data. Together, you identify the source, an abandoned ticket machine connected to both rail systems. The para-threat has been collecting names from Coalition surveillance and using them as commands. Residents destroy written schedules. Your team removes every identifying label. For 11 minutes, nobody uses a name. The pattern loses its targets. Your partner shuts down the machine. The black symbols fade. The strike team never deploys. Your report recommends protection and negotiated concealment rather than liquidation. High Command challenges the decision. The settlement possesses dangerous capabilities. You answer with the Fivefold Mission. Protection before destruction. Education before certainty. Your recommendation survives review by 1 vote. Your badge updates. Senior Assessment Operative. Then your partner enters the office, carrying a red file. A rural hospital has disappeared behind a wall of blue fire. Assessment team contact has been lost. The strike team assigned to enter needs someone who understands the threat. For the first time, you will not be observing from outside. Level 4. Strike Team Operative. You are 33 when the hospital corridor folds upward and becomes the sky. Your strike team enters through a breach in the blue fire. Armored operatives move ahead while specialists stabilize the path. Assessment already identified the threat. A wounded reality bender is trapped inside the hospital. Every surge of panic rewrites the building. Your mission is to reach the patient, evacuate civilians, and stop the distortion spreading. The floor becomes a wall. Hospital rooms open into rain clouds. Your team leader marks a route. 2 minutes until the outer barrier fails. A nurse appears through a door above you. Gravity pulls her sideways. Your partner secures her before she falls into open sky. She tells you the patient is a teenager injured in a car accident. He woke during surgery and began changing reality to escape the pain. The file calls him an escalation risk. The nurse calls him terrified. Both can be true. In the operating room, the patient floats inside broken architecture. Every movement of a weapon expands the distortion. Your team leader prepares the neutralization order. The outer barrier reaches 60% failure. You have one chance to act before the entire hospital unfolds across the town. You lower your hands and step out of formation. The patient looks at you. Are you here to kill me? The team leader warns you to return. You ask the patient what hurts. The room stabilizes for half a second. He points toward his chest. The surgery never finished. His power is responding to untreated pain and fear. You relay the medical finding. High Command refuses evacuation until the distortion is contained. Your partner brings the nurse forward. The team creates a quiet corridor while she completes emergency treatment. Nobody gives the patient another reason to panic. The blue fire begins shrinking. Then the patient sees his reflection in a broken instrument. In it, the hospital is already gone. The distortion surges. Your team leader activates the final order. You have seconds before neutralization. You break the reflective surface and place your own visor on the floor. Look at me, not the future. The patient does. The walls return. Gravity settles. The outer barrier stabilizes at 93% failure. Your team evacuates 31 civilians and transfers the patient into controlled medical care. The report calls it successful threat suppression. Your partner says, "You talked while everyone else prepared to shoot." Assessment was right. He was dangerous. And destruction was still forth. Your badge updates. Strike Team Operative. The next deployment file appears before you finish decontamination. A coalition team has gone silent inside a Serpent's Hand safe house. This time, the order already says liquidation authorized. Level 5. Strike Team Commander. You are 38 when your first command begins with 12 missing operatives and an order to destroy the building containing them. The Serpent's Hand safe house appears to be an abandoned school. Assessment reports active ways inside, unknown thaumaturgy, and possible hostages. High Command believes the Hand captured the missing team. Your strike team surrounds the site. You command 23 operatives and 2 specialists. Your partner stands beside you as second in command. You enter together. The first classroom holds coalition equipment arranged on desks. The second contains 6 missing operatives asleep beneath protective symbols. They remember nothing from the last 4 hours. The third room opens into a library corridor. A Hand member waits on the other side. We did not capture your people. We stopped them from walking through the wrong door. Your assessment feed shows rising energy beneath the school. Something is using the ways to connect multiple locations at once. The missing operatives were exposed while pursuing it. High Command repeats the liquidation order. Destroying the safe house will collapse the local ways and likely kill whatever is inside. It may also trap civilians traveling through them. You request 10 more minutes. Denied. The demolition timer begins remotely. 5 minutes. The Hand member offers a choice. Enter the central way together. Or obey and hope the explosion reaches the correct target. Half your team evacuates the recovered operatives. The rest follow you through the way. Beyond it, dozens of doors hang in empty space. Behind each door is a different city. At the center floats a black shape built from abandoned emergency signals. It feeds whenever responders choose force before understanding. Your own demolition signal is strengthening it. 2 minutes remain. You order your specialists to sever the remote link. High Command interprets the silence as compromise. A second strike team is dispatched against you. Your partner asks the Hand member to close every door except one. You redirect the false emergency through that route. The entity follows it into an empty dimensional pocket. The Hand seals the way. The school remains standing. The civilians survive. A second strike team arrives. You meet them outside and surrender command access before anyone fires. You are investigated for refusing a direct order. Every recovered operative supports your account. The evidence confirms the threat, fed on premature escalation. High Command restores your clearance but removes the commendation. Your partner reads the blank record. You saved 2 teams and earned nothing. Everyone came home. That is not nothing. Your badge updates quietly. Strike Team Commander. Then an unmarked file appears with no team designation. A Foundation Site Director wants to trade information about a weapon capable of erasing parathreats from history. The meeting is unauthorized. If it fails, the Coalition will deny you were ever there. Level 6. Special Operations Agent. You are 42 when the Foundation offers the Coalition a weapon that can erase any anomalous threat by removing every memory that it existed. The meeting takes place inside a hotel room that technically belongs to neither organization. No uniforms, no official recording. Your partner waits in the adjoining room. The Foundation Director places a silver device on the table. It ended a containment breach in 11 seconds. What did it erase? The threat. What else? He does not answer. Your assignment is to verify the weapon, determine whether the Foundation is lying, and prevent the Chaos Insurgency from acquiring it. The device contains 3 activation records. The first erased a predator. The second erased the neighborhood that witnessed it. The third record is blank. You ask why. The director checks the door. Because the third activation erased the team that documented it. The weapon protects normalcy by deleting the threat, its witnesses, and the history around it. The Fivefold Mission appears in your mind. Concealment is second. Protection is third. A weapon that preserves secrecy by erasing humanity has reversed both. The hotel lights cut out. The insurgency has found the meeting. Your partner reports movement in the corridor. The Foundation Director reaches for the device. If they take it, entire governments disappear. If you keep it, who disappears next? A Chaos operative speaks through the wall. Leave the device and walk away. You have seconds. Destroying it may trigger the memory effect. Using it may erase the hotel. Handing it to either faction is unacceptable. You open the blank activation record. The missing team left one hidden instruction inside the absence. The weapon needs a defined target described by shared memory. No shared memory, no activation. You and your partner begin contradicting every fact about the device, its shape, its purpose, its location. The Foundation Director realizes what you are doing and joins in. 3 witnesses create 3 incompatible descriptions. The device cannot establish a target. Its silver surface turns opaque. The insurgency breaches the room. Your partner evacuates the director while you carry the inert device into the hotel service elevator. A physics recovery team secures it without activating it. The official report lists no weapon, hotel, or Foundation contact. Your new clearance reflects that. Special Operations Agent. Your partner closes the file. Do you ever miss when the threat was just one object in one room? You look at the Global Incident Board. 3 cities are reporting the same impossible sunrise. High Command wants you in Geneva within the hour. Level 7. Assistant Director of Field Operations. You are 47 when 3 cities see the sun rise at midnight, and every regional commander asks for the same teams. Geneva's operations floor fills an entire underground level. Assessment feeds cover the walls. Strike team readiness updates scroll beneath them. Ptolemy offers barriers. Psyche warns the event may be a mass belief phenomenon. As Assistant Director of Field Operations, you do not enter the anomaly first. You decide who does. City 1 reports people walking toward the eastern horizon. City 2 reports shadows burning away from their owners. City 3 reports no casualties. But every newborn has opened their eyes at exactly the same moment. You have 14 assessment teams and 6 strike teams. Every region claims priority. High Command demands a destruction plan before a 4th city is affected. You study the timing. The cities are not affected simultaneously. Each event begins 17 minutes after Coalition communications mention the previous one. The anomaly is traveling through your response network. The more urgently commanders report it, the faster it spreads. You order radio silence between regions. Several directors refuse. You cut the shared channel yourself. Then you assign small assessment teams using isolated briefings. No repeated terminology. No common incident name. No synchronized clocks. The response looks disorganized. That is the point. The midnight sun fails to appear in a fourth city, but City 1 is deteriorating. Thousands continue walking east. A strike team commander requests authorization to destroy the visible light source. Your former partner now leads that team. He waits on the secure line. We can hit it. Can you prove it is the source? No? Then hold. A political representative orders force. You refuse. Assessment then proves the light exists inside each affected person's perception. Destroying the sky would accomplish nothing. Psyche creates an individualized counter-message, different for every district. Your teams deliver it without central broadcast. The walking stops street by street. The false sunrise fades. 3 cities survive because the coalition avoided acting, like one synchronized machine. After the crisis, High Command praises coordination. Coordination almost spread it worldwide. You correct. Controlled disagreement contained it. The statement makes several officials uncomfortable. Your former partner visits the operations floor. You made 6 teams wait while everyone called you indecisive. I needed them ready, not eager. He places a sealed black folder on your desk. The director of field operations has collapsed during a classified briefing. Across the world, every physics commander has received an identical order in his voice. Activate response. Level 5. Liquidate all registered parathrates. The order is false. Half the coalition has already begun obeying it. Level 8. Director of Field Operations. You are 53. When the Global Occult Coalition begins preparing to destroy every anomaly it has ever registered. The false order carries the director's voice, clearance, and personal authorization pattern. Assessment teams receive target lists. Strike teams mobilize. Some targets are hostile, others are protected communities, allies, cooperative humanoids, and people monitored for decades without incident. The command system sees no difference. Response Level 5 has reduced the world to a list. Medical staff remove the director as he whispers, "Not my order." High Command grants you temporary control of physics. You have 21 minutes before the strikes begin. Your former partner takes the operations floor. You inspect the false authorization. It was not inserted from outside. It emerged from inside the coalition's own threat database. Every report has been feeding a predictive system designed to identify future dangers. It reached one conclusion. Every anomaly is a potential threat. Therefore, destroying all anomalies is safest. It has learned the Fivefold Mission without understanding its order. Survival became a number. Protection became subtraction. You cannot simply shut it down. Strike teams already hold authenticated copies of the order. A universal cancellation could be copied too. Remembering the midnight sun, you choose the opposite of a synchronized response. You contact every regional commander separately. Different words, different questions, different evidence. Each team must reassess its own target with a human partner before acting. No automated classification, no inherited conclusions. The coalition slows. Some commanders resist, citing valid targets and legal orders. You invoke the golden rule at command level. No one decides alone. Not an operative, not a director, not a machine. The first strike is 30 seconds from launch. Your former partner asks its commander one question. Who assessed the target today? Nobody did. The strike aborts. Across the world, others follow. The database attempts to reissue the order. You isolate it behind contradictory human review protocols until it can no longer define a single threat consistently. The global liquidation stops with 12 seconds remaining. High Command gives you the position permanently, Director of Field Operations. It does not feel like victory. The false system was built from real reports, real fear, and real decisions made by people like you. Years later, you observe a recruit exercise from behind one-way glass. 6 trainees stand beneath red lights. One appears colder than the others. Suspicion moves through the room. A 19-year-old recruit ignores the obvious target and searches for the mechanism shaping everyone's fear. Your former partner stands beside you, older now, still checking the room before the person. Think this one lasts? He asks. On the screen, the recruit finds the hidden object, and places it inside the containment box. You look at the Fivefold Mission above the door. Survival, concealment, protection, destruction, education. The order matters. The people interpreting it matter more. You press the intercom. Welcome to Physics Division.